Welcome to the podcast Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook, where we will discuss the latest and most relevant business strategies to help you do one thing extremely well: sell more homes. We'll discuss everything from business planning to lead generation and conversion to past client customer service and everything in between. Join us for authentic conversations and nuts and bolts takeaways you can implement into your business today. And now, Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook. And we got Kelly with us. Kelly, welcome to 2026.
Yeah, I'm excited about this, Elizabeth. I mean, you have to be. You should be. And if you're not, then I'm sorry.
Always have to be optimistic about a new year.
You're in business regardless, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well be optimistic and get ready for a good year, and have some your business planning ready to roll to know what your goals are so that you can achieve them.
And hit the ground running. And today, since we are officially in the new year, we're coming at you with a quick one today, just kind of going over what Kelly predicts for 2026. And these aren't just coming out of his head, I assume. These are backed by some realistic reasons as to why these are the predictions. But yeah, I know that we've seen a lot of different things happening over the past few years. And of course, the market has its ups and downs, things change, and then they go back to the way they were. That's kind of the cycle that we're usually in. But what does 2026 have in store for us, Kelly? What do you think? What are some of your predictions?
Okay, I love this. We're going to rapid fire. We're going to go pretty quick here. We can talk about a few of them in more detail, but I just want to get you guys kicked off and started for 2026 here. And this will be, I think, packed with some punch here. And then the thing is to take some of these, if you believe in them at all, which, hopefully you do, because there's some research behind this, what we're seeing, what a lot of other people that are smarter than me are saying as well, and put them in your business, implementing your business right away here in 2026 so that you can make it a phenomenal year. Number one, email. Email will continue to dominate the marketing landscape for realtors. They will beat social ads, and for anything that's a small or mid-sized business, I think email will be the play. So continue to drive people back to your email. Offer things to capture emails. Have your email system. And if you need help with one, I know a great company that does a good job with email marketing. Elizabeth happens to work with them. And so reach out to Elizabeth if you have questions about that. That's not a plug necessarily for that, but it kind of is because I really believe that's my number one for a reason. Okay. Now, number two is going to be that interest rates. They'll come down a little bit, but it's not going to move the needle a ton. I do think you're going to see more transactions happen in 2026 across the board in America, especially in our market here in Phoenix. And it will get people off the fence because I think you're going to see an interest rate plus or minus right around 6%. I think we could be a little bit north of it, but my prediction is by the end of the year, we're probably going to be somewhere in the really high fives. But even then, if the Fed doesn't move their stance on what they're doing with the mortgage-backed securities, are they selling some of these assets? Are they rebuying them? But if they continue to dump them, even dropping rates won't do it enough. It won't move the needle enough. We can go on a whole podcast about how that works behind the scenes on the secondary market and the treasury, yield, because that's what really moves the rate, the 30-year fixed at the end of the day. Okay. But nonetheless, I think they'll come down a little bit. Okay. Number three is going to be that AI is going to be, obviously, we all know AI is going to be a dominant player in the space, but Gemini is going to take over as the number one AI platform. That's right. I think you're going to start seeing, someone brought this up and I thought this was brilliant. You're going to start seeing ChatGPT ultimately end up becoming the Yahoo of email, because it's a platform kind of all on its own over here. And although it will still be highly used for quite some time, I think because of the Google suite of tools and items, Gemini is going to flow perfectly right in with it. People will just start using it more and more because of the convenience aspect. Okay, that's number three. Number four is going to be that Facebook's organic reach will continue to actually be very valuable. I think as you see people with more money, that are the baby boomers, et cetera, right, start to retire and have more wealth and money, they will be looking to do things with that in the real estate space. And they are on that platform of Facebook more than any other platform when it comes to social media. And so that is going to be a very undervalued platform to continue to work and make sure you post and stay relevant on. Okay. Number four, number five, excuse me, is going to be that YouTube. I think YouTube is going to be one of those places. I'm a big on YouTube, as you know, but I think it's going to be the platform that's going to continue to dominate when it comes to views and getting organic leads for your real estate business. So I think video is going to continue to get bigger and bigger. I think AI, no matter what platform it is going to continue even more so to start using videos as points of reference and authority to get their answers to give the people. And so the more video you can make, more video content you can make, the better off you're going to be. So YouTube is going to continue to be a powerhouse, which is at the end of the day good for me because I love YouTube and we do a great job with it. And then number six is going to be that Zillow is going to continue to assert its dominance, I think, over everyone and spend a lot of money on legal fees to make sure they stay as the number one player in the field. I think they're going to continue to come out with their AI search as a lot of other platforms are going to start doing more of when it comes to housing. Obviously, Zillow is already embedded with ChatGPT when it comes to housing search, and that will continue to evolve. So Zillow will continue to fight and spend to make sure they're the 1,000-pound gorilla in the room. Okay. And then last two are going to be that direct mail is not going away. In fact, it's going to get even bigger. We've said that for several years now. I think it's going to continue in 2026. Email inboxes, as important as they are, continue to stay somewhat cluttered. And again, you can that's number one for a reason, because you control the people you send it to. You have control over it. Whereas if the platforms like social media change algorithms, you no longer have control, right? So email is very important. That being said, direct mail, just as important, because that's one thing that's not going to be as cluttered and people can't spam out of it.
You have a higher chance of an open rate with direct mail, making sure they see your message.
Big time. No doubt. No doubt. And last but not least, this is a fun one. And this is kind of more out there. I'm not sure how important this is going to be, but we talked about how important video is going to be. Well, what makes video super easy and even more convenient are Meta glasses. Now I have the glasses. I think you're going to see more and more people actually using them. Right now, I think there's a little bit of it was a big thing right out of the gate, and then it's kind of pulled back a little bit. But I think with the ease and the everyday life, kind of, the convenience of using it and not having this extra device, so to speak, because you're using them for even sunglasses when you're driving, I think is going to be more and more prevalent. And I have a pair and I've actually started using them a little bit more too as well. But I think as that connects more with on the back end, when you do a video, right, it just syncs to your AI app, the Meta app, right? And then right into your iPhotos and stuff. I think all that will continue to evolve and get even easier to use. So I think that's going to be a bigger thing to look for in 2026. So if you don't have a pair of those, maybe you consider getting them, because it will help you probably do a little more video that you normally would forget about doing, pulling out your phone when you're at an event to record some of your stories of the day, to put on the stories on social media. So those are my predictions for 2026, down and dirty, kind of hard hitting, but think about those and how can you now incorporate some of those into your business for 2026?
Yeah, absolutely. And what would be fun that I just had a thought of? When we end 2026 here, in 12 months, let's go back to this and kind of have an episode seeing what was correct, what wasn't. Maybe we have one for 2025 that'd be interesting to go take a look at. But I agree with you on a lot of those points, especially with social media, video. That's going to continue to be something that needs to be a part of your business. Going back to email, if you kind of haven't had a good system to figure that out, go back, revisit that. And direct mail, like you said, is going to continue to be kind of, never fail, essentially. So that should be a part of your business as well, along with everything else that you said. I've got a couple of things written down here that I think we should expand further upon coming up. So make sure you keep watching. But if anybody has a question about this stuff or anything else real estate related, Kelly, where can they reach you?
Yeah, on Instagram at Kelly Cook Homes. Shoot me a DM over there. Give me a follow. Love to connect.
All right, everybody. We will see you next time. Have a good start to the year. Bye, Kelly.
See you, Elizabeth.